Today kicks off National Volunteer Week.
And we are so excited to be joined this morning by someone who knows a lot about serving her community. Katrina Kelly Wicker is here with us. She is the Volunteer General Chair for the Rocket Mortgage Classic. So good to have you here with us today. I think a lot of folks, Katrina, don't realize the sheer magnitude of volunteers who are at the Rocket Mortgage Classic.
Yes, so there, year over year, we have roughly around 1,300 or 1,400 volunteers per year. And we actually have about over 20,000 service hours with each tournament season. So it's a large endeavor, but it's needed to put on a tournament of this size.
That's amazing. 1,400 volunteers. Now, you're in charge of all the volunteers. Give us an overview of how that is. I mean, you can't be telling like Sally, we need you on green 18, and Fred, we need you at the wet bar. Give us an idea how you handle all this.
So the way in which it's structured is there are 4 vice chairs, we have 4 divisions and 18 committees. So in total we have maybe around 44 leaders within the volunteer community, and so we all do our part to oversee and manage the 1,400.
You know, when we were out there last summer, I was just amazed and impressed by the number of volunteers who just come back year after year. You have so many folks in this community who really made it a tradition.
Yes, they have. As a matter of fact, we have about a 70% return rate and about a 30% return rate from the family of companies of Rocket. And so many of our volunteers just really appreciate and understand the value. Of course, you get to see some good golf, but they also know that we're doing something very good for the community.
Yeah, not only that, but to have people return at such a high rate, you must make it enjoyable for them as well. So they do get to see the golf, but I mean, you've created an atmosphere where people want to come back.
Absolutely. We always have a volunteer appreciation party or celebration for our volunteers, usually towards the end of the tournament. This year, maybe in September, we'll invite some through a lottery to actually play golf at the Detroit Golf Club, which is phenomenal.
That's a great experience.
It's going to be a fantastic experience. We had one of our volunteers do this last year, and it was a great experience for him. And then we're just a very positive organization, very, very friendly, very upbeat, and we just want them to have a good time and enjoy the spectators, enjoy golf, enjoy the pros. So very nice experience.
And so how does it work overall? Are students allowed to volunteer? Are you allowed to volunteer for, school credit in that way, or how does it work?
So students are allowed to volunteer. As a matter of fact, they are what we call our standard bearers. So those are the young people that you see walking with the nameplates for the professionals. And we're actually in need of more students, so if they would like to volunteer, we would love to have them. And of course, we can provide letters so that they can receive their school credits.
Now, you mentioned you need some students. Do you need volunteers for other positions, or are those already spoken for?
No, in fact, we do. We are in need of about 200 more volunteers right now, so we're hoping with this next push we'll be able to reach our goal of 1,300. Right now we have about 1,100 volunteers. So really gallery management, corporate hospitality, we need some help in our merchandise and fan shop. So a few areas around.
I was going to ask you which volunteer posts are the most popular. Like which ones go first?
Oh my gosh, I'm not sure which ones go first, but it does. Our largest group is the gallery management.
The gallery management.
I know. I don't want one near the food tent. I don't know about if there's any like
Chris
extra.
wants to work concessions.
Yeah, any extra scraps?
Exactly.
Maybe a free drink here
Volunteer
or there.
headquarters where maybe you can have a snack.
Katrina, if somebody does want to get involved, you said you need about 200 more people. Where do they go, or who do they contact?
They can go to rocketmortgageclassic.com and volunteer there. They can sign up, they can update their profiles, they can select which area of the tournament they would like to volunteer. And if for some reason they're unable to volunteer this year, we are more than happy to have them volunteer next year.
Can't wait for the event.
Sounds fantastic, and it's always a great program. Thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.